Alright everybody, welcome back to another Xvault gaming video. Xvault here, and yes, you got your second dose of the salty batch files for the week, and of course we have some more delusion, we have some more lack of self-awareness, and everything in between, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump to it. Alright everybody, like I said, we're back with another dose of the salty batch files here. We're going to start off strong here. It's been a minute since we had to have a feature from J-Rock here, but here you have it. I mean, they try to hide behind blocks and all that, but that doesn't stop stuff. Idiocracy knows no bounds. So as you can see, PlayStation's lack of a first-party roadmap is changing lives out here. Some reason a laughing emoji face. They went from worried to sounding like Xbox in 2022. The narrative and the delusion of the Xbots, if you're going to call yourselves that, like we all do, that hasn't changed since 2022. We're in 2024 right now. That has not changed. It hasn't changed before 2022. Let's keep going. There's plenty to play on Game Pass. Who cares if a game is exclusive or a first-party title? Another laughing emoji, but let's reread that sentence, shall we? There's plenty to play on Game Pass. Fair enough. Who cares if a game is exclusive or a first-party title? Well, I don't know who wants to break it to them, but it matters. It matters if it's a first-party title or not. First-party games, and those games do drive sales, do drive subs, do drive the will and the attention of said consumer. Why this is so hard to wrap your head around is beyond me, but we all know that J-Rock has been ousted multiple times, that he doesn't play games. He tries to hide behind the fact it's an alternative account. Nobody knows his real account and stuff like that, but we all know that is his real account. He doesn't play games, so of course, this shouldn't matter to him. He's there to shill. He's there to be the cockroach that they are and crawl under and in between all of his little circle of Cold Eastwood and all that stuff there, but that's just what they do. I just don't understand the logic behind somebody saying there's plenty to play on Game Pass, so who cares if a game is exclusive or first-party title? Plenty of gamers out there, including myself, do care. You absolute moron. Let's keep going. God. Snap Blast Play, it's been a minute here for Snap Blast as well, so glad to have him back. Avowed, Xbox Series S, shows the official box art, and then he goes Xbox Series X, and at first I thought maybe he thinks it's going to be more powerful and give a little bit more oomph to the game whatsoever, but no, he does reply, just found out that the second pick is by @mboris. Wow, I thought it was official with a bunch of clapping emoji hands. You thought that was official. Why would they have a second box art for the Series X of another piece of that and then legitimately make it seem like you're getting a half-baked version for the Series S? What kind of marketing would that be? You are an absolute moron. I don't understand the train of thought between these guys. I just found out the second pick is by someone else that's doing fan art that I have to admit, I like the fan art, and as a matter of fact, I like it better than the original as well, so I do give props to Boris as well. I'm a huge Ghost Rider fan. This gives me some Ghost Rider, hellish vibes, all this stuff like that. But, I mean, the stupidity knows no bounds, folks. Let's keep going here. Also been a minute before we've seen Senjutsu Sage, who likes to also block everybody that doesn't agree that Redfall is a 10 out of 10. I've seen some dumb takes. Speaking of dumb takes, here's one right now from him. The majority of games released run better on Xbox Series X compared to PlayStation 5. This is incorrect, but let's keep going. A few oddballs here and there don't change which platform has more consistently performed better. There's more than a few oddballs. The only oddball here is you, because you still think Redfall is a 10 out of 10 game, and now you're spreading misinformation. That's what the Xbox community on the online social media in this circle continue to do. This is why I have the content in the Salty Batch files, is because you guys are absolute idiots. You make stuff up. You're delusional. this is incorrect. If it was correct, I'd be like, you know what, you got a point. I wouldn't even feature you because it would not make sense. This is salty batch files. This is going over misinformation. This is a lot of things. It's encapsulating, right? If I can stutter over myself as I'm trying to get more words out. But, you know, the point stands. This is why this content exists, is because of people like you spreading misinformation, lying, trying to, you know, spread that butter too thin through your fan base there. But I digress, right? Let's keep going. Let's keep going because it's just so stupid. Now, in adjacently here, Risk It. In any performance race, do you ever see them talk about sales at the finish line just by an hashtag Xbox when responding to the Joker Soul? Then why is the PS5 outselling Xbox so much? And this is in regards to, of course, a game free to play that recently just came out that has better performance right now on the Series S and X because it has not been optimized. There are some hiccups with the PS5. This is not due to the architect. This is architecture stuff. This is not due to anything like that. Sometimes it does happen, and I will admit that yes, it's not in the greatest mode of performance for the PlayStation 5. That part is correct. However, when we're referencing, you know, and we're talking about the first Descendant, by the way, but when we're referencing Risk It here, in any performance race, do you ever see them talk sales at the finish line? Why would we be talking sales when we're talking about somebody or Digital Foundry or anybody for that matter in regards to sales versus a performance analysis? Where do these two things correlate in that section? It matters. Sales matter. Aside from performance and speculations and analysis and everything else in between, that's a whole separate subject, and that's fine. But to think that sales don't matter, or, well, you see sales talk up when you're talking about performance issues and the sales analysis there and performance analysis there, and what? They don't get it through that thick skull of his, especially. He doesn't get it that sales, A, matter, and B, it doesn't correlate to a performance analysis. Good Lord, people. This makes no sense whatsoever, but let's keep going here. So, as we continue, we can't, of course, do anything without our good friend Beast of Truth, or as we all like to call him, Bitch of Truth, because that's what he is. I speak for every Xbox fan. Just keep that in mind. He speaks for you. If you're an Xbox fan out there, he speaks for you, so keep that in mind. In this entire world, so, you know, in this entire world, not universe, so if you live off of planet Earth, or the flat Earth that Post Up continues to think the Earth is, if you live outside of the Earth, it apparently he doesn't speak for you. But anyways, let's keep going. And any that could be in an alternate realities, I'm sorry. It is alternate realities as well, so I don't know if that does span past Earth or how that works, but, you know, if you live on Earth in another reality, he also speaks for you as well. So just keep that in mind, folks. And then when I say ain't none of us ask about that game coming to Xbox, laughing, crying emoji. Funny, because I see the complete opposite, and it's going to be interesting when this thing sells like hotcakes, because A, it's a Lego game, B, it's a IP that has never been outside of PlayStation ecosystem, aside from, you know, PC a little bit. First time that the Horizon IP is on the Switch, that sells great for that, you know, certain audience as well. But this thing is going to ultimately sell like hotcakes, and a lot of folks are very upset that it's coming to every platform aside from, you know, Xbox. So I'm trying to wrap my head around even some context here, folks. I just love the fact that, I mean, aside from that delusion alone, I just love the fact that he's speaking for every fan in the entire world and in alternate realities, because he apparently lives in his own world in some other alternate reality where Xbox is doing fine and they're providing great content for all the fans out there that are not shilling But again, sales and sub services are certainly speaking to that, right? Holy moly. Let's turn it around to our newest person here. Never featured Crusader 2 LSR. They are an Xbox podcaster person, but they want to state reason number 8,347 why I don't want to invest in PlayStation is the main place I play games. I really want to know what the previous 8,346 reasons were why he didn't want to invest in a PlayStation as his main place to play. I mean, all props to him if he has that many reasons to not play on the PlayStation. I definitely want to know. I could maybe, even for the hardest Xbox fanboy, I think I can come up with maybe 10 to 15 reasons maybe why they wouldn't want to make it their prime platform piece. I mean, even as me, as a PlayStation preferred player, I couldn't think of more than 10 to 15 if I was going to harshly criticize the Xbox side of things. So I really would love to know all 8,346 reasons. However, this 3-generation long nonsense. So apparently this has gone on for 3 generations here. He's upset. As you can see that the PlayStation 5 was not turned off properly. He's blaming it on in the comment section. I didn't want to make this a 5-point thread, but in the comment section, he's going on about how he loses power often in his neighborhood, and especially his house or where he lives. And I get that's frustrating. However, supposedly it's not about just the fact that he gets this message and clicks OK and goes on. He thinks he's going to have some data issues and data loss. And I can understand that could be the case, but he's also upset that the cloud services for saving that as a backup on the cloud, he's upset that you have to pay for those services because those are indeed, that part is, I believe, free on the Xbox side of things. And I mean, even believe on PC as well. There's other options to do that. So that point I do get, but the fact that he's so upset, I don't know anybody that's had corrupted data on the PS5 yet. I've had it happen on my PS4, I have to admit. That did suck. I even had cloud services because I do sub to PS Plus for online services and cloud stuff. That's my prerogative. That's the choice I make. That's not for everybody. And I understand that. But again, it happened one time ever, and I did have a power outage. My power brick just blew up. It was so old, that was my fault, because I didn't realize it was like a 15 to 16-year-old, outlet protecting brick there. It was in great condition, so I just never crossed my mind, and all of a sudden out of nowhere just blew up. And of course everything went off and corrupted my PlayStation 4. So that did suck, but I lost all my stuff. So I get the concern there, but the fact he went on in the comment section as well here and stated that he has this happen all the time with his power outage because he has crazy squirrels everywhere and stuff gnawing through power lines and what have you. I can understand that possibly being an issue as well, but to sit there and just make this such... The problem is, I think this is so asinine, right? In regards to, that's why another reason why, again, 8,347th reason why he doesn't want to main PlayStation is because he has power outages and it could corrupt his save file progress, right? And all his stuff. It's just like, that's what you're digging at is that. It's not the fact that Xbox hasn't delivered in 20 plus years in regards to Nintendo or PlayStation, or the fact you get more via a PC. It's not that. It's not that they've, conditioned their fan base to rent their games instead of buy. It's all sorts of things. It's parity issues. I mean, come on. But you're going to sit there and point out the fact that you lose power here and there because you keep it in rest mode. And that's another thing, maybe don't keep it in rest mode. I know it's beneficial to keep it in rest mode because it auto updates, it's easier to boot up, this, that, and the other. But if this is truly happening to you, if you're in this situation and you don't want to pay for PS Plus for whatever reason, keep your system in offline mode. Do the updates when you turn it on. It's not that big of a deal for the most part, right? And yes, you can download to your system via Wi-Fi and stuff if you're away, if it's in rest mode. But again, that's a prerogative that he wants to make. He never intended to make this his main platform, so he wants to use this certain circumstance to go ahead and just jab there, another jab at Sony and all the fans and just the brand in general, that of course this is 8,347 reason why he doesn't want to have and main a PlayStation 5. Of course he has one, he just doesn't want to main it, but that speaks volumes itself. There's games on there, that's why he has a PlayStation 5, because there's games on there that he clearly cannot miss out on. So there's a lot of salt, a lot of disdain there behind the scenes as well. And shortly after sharing this, by the way, I did get blocked. So, I mean, if you were true to your conviction, you would not block right away. I just said this is the most asinine tweet or post that I've seen all year, and I have to agree. And we've seen some delusional stuff. I mean, I'm just maybe used to the delusional stuff, but this is just pure asinine. This isn't delusional. This is asinine and just kind of BS, right? Altogether. So I thought that was great, but wanted to share that one with you. So if you have squirrels out there, I do apologize. Maybe PlayStation just isn't for you either, but we'll have to see. But I appreciate everybody. We'll wrap up the video here. As always, thank you so much for your support. We're on our way to that 2,000 sub goal, so thank you so much. Every like, comment, that does help me out, helps out the algorithm. Also, I'd love to hear from you all down there in the comment section below. If you haven't already, definitely consider subscribing, helping out a small content creator like myself. That being said, enjoy the rest of your day, everybody, and remember, don't be a salty batch. And we'll see y'all next time on the next Xvault gaming video. And until then, take care.